We are Joe and Esther. Come with us while we grab coffee and go to our next road trip destination. We love to travel and experience nature, even if it takes us to places unknown. In this episode of Road Trips, we'll be visiting the Planes of Fame Museum, which is located in Chino, California. The Planes of Fame Museum opened its doors in 1957, and it was the mission of the founder, Ed Maloney, to preserve and protect post-World War II aircraft from being systematically destroyed and scrapped for its metals. Maloney was a local resident who grew up in nearby Pomona. When the museum opened its doors, it featured 10 aircraft that Ed had saved, and today the museum has close to 150 aircraft. The museum is broken up into several different sections featuring 7 hangars and an outside area full of unrestored aircraft and military vehicles. The entrance fee to the museum was $20 for adults. The first hangar is called the Maloney Hangar, obviously named after the museum's founder, Ed Maloney. It features several different vintage aircraft on display. And as soon as you enter the hangar, you are greeted by this very beautiful Boeing P-26A with its remarkable paint scheme. It looks like new. There are other remarkable aircraft on display in this hangar, and my favorite was this amazing Stearman on display. As mentioned in several places in the museum, these aircraft are in working order and some are taken out for demonstrations and flown to air shows. Next up is the Bob Pond Hangar, named after one of the museum donors who also helped financially to restore the P-38, which we'll see later. There are several examples of various aircraft engines on display, some with cutouts so you can see the inner workings of the engines. Tom Cruise dropped off his P-51 here on loaner to the museum to display for everyone to view. This is the exact aircraft that was used in the filming of the Tom Cruise sequel to Top Gun, Maverick. The Curtiss P-40 Warhawk was one of my favorite aircraft in this hangar. When I was a kid, I remember making a model of this exact aircraft. The next hangar has examples of aircraft used on the USS Enterprise aircraft carrier. I was very surprised to see a TBM Avenger on display here. I just wish they had these aircraft in a larger hangar with the wings down and set up in a way that we could walk around and see these aircraft in their true form. The Fireball was an interesting aircraft with a prop engine in the front and a jet engine in the back. The F-9F Panther was another one of my favorite aircrafts growing up. I just wish I could see it outside this cramped hangar. As we exited the first three hangars, we were greeted by this iconic Boeing B-17G Flying Fortress. The museum allows the visitors to explore the inside of the aircraft to experience what it was like to be one of the crew members aboard this World War II bomber. It was a lot more cramped in here than I imagined when I was growing up dreaming of riding in this aircraft. Outside the hangars, there was another legendary aircraft parked outside, the B-25J Mitchell. Up next is the restoration hangar, which is used to service and maintain aircraft. The museum also takes on restoration and maintenance projects from private parties as well. We were told that Harrison Ford just dropped off his airplane for service here. On our way to the graveyard of unrestored aircraft, we passed by this North American AT-6D Texan, which was in incredible condition. There are too many aircraft for us to detail in the boneyard here, but this German tank was a very important part of the Allies' success in World War II, and it's an incredible find for the museum to display here. The museum set up this hangar to present various aircraft from World War I and World War II from British, German, Russian, and Japanese examples. My favorite was this German triplane aircraft, most famously known as the Red Baron in World War I. I was hoping to see the Sopwith Camel next to it, but instead the museum had the Sopwith Pup on display. But still, an extraordinary display to see these two aircraft side by side. Some of the aircraft on display here was used in various movies in the past. I'm starting to get a sense that this is the Hollywood Air Museum. So far, I've seen a lot of influence and connections to Hollywood here. The next hangar is a place that was dedicated to jet aircraft used by the USA and other countries in the past. While walking through here, I was surprised to see so many examples of Russian MiG aircraft, as well as one of my favorites, the F-86. I also felt this hangar was cramped quite tight with too many aircraft on display in one place. But still, an incredible display of jet aircraft from the past. When you enter the museum parking lot, you can see this F-86 perched on top of the stand without total understanding of what its purpose is. Once you are inside the museum, you should make your way over to this display so you will get a total understanding of what this is about. On display in this dedicated hangar is both the P-38 Lightning and a hangar set up to honor the 475th Fighter Group. As I mentioned earlier, Bob Pond and his wife assisted the museum with helping restore this magnificent aircraft. There is also a Bob Pond Museum in Palm Springs, which also has a lot of aircraft on display. This is by far one of my favorite aircraft of all time, and to this moment I had never actually seen one up close and in person. Once you get outside the hangar, there are more aircraft on display, with some in dire need of restoration. I was kind of blown away seeing this F-100D Super Sabre here at the museum, but I can say that for around 20 or 30 other aircraft that I've seen today. If you have the cash and you would like to go up for a ride in one of these warbirds, you can make arrangements to go up for a flight with the Planes of Fame Air Museum. 30 to 45 minutes will cost you around $1,900. We hope you liked our video to the Planes of Fame Air Museum in Chino, California. This was truly an awesome experience, and we thank the museum for the opportunity to capture what they have to offer on film. See you next time.
Thanks for watching our video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.